Get ready to discover answers in the Bible with Bayless Conley.
The king is likened unto God, and we're the one that had that humongous debt. And it says in there that in verse 24, the servant owed 10,000 talents. And if you do the math on that, that's like 230 years of wages. Now, how many of you could pay that debt? Obviously, none of us, because we would not live 230 years to pay off that debt. And that's just a comparison to show our debt was so big, there was no way we could ever pay it off. But God loved us so much, and his love swallowed up that whole debt. And he's, this guy in the story pleaded, God, please let me off. And the guy had compassion and let him off. And that's what God did for us. This big debt was swallowed up in God's big love. In comparison, it says in verse 28 that this guy went out right after he's been forgiven of this debt. You can go free. And he goes and he finds somebody who owed him like $10, but it says 100 denarii. And 100 denarii is like 100 days of wages. Now, the other was 230 years. This is 100 days of wages. And he would not let him go. I think if we can't forgive, we don't really understand the greatness of what God has done for us and the great love that he has for us. Either we don't understand it or we've forgotten about it. And I remember one time we were singing this song. It's back a few years, but it was that song where it says, I'll never know what it cost to see my sin upon the cross. And we're singing that, I'll never know what it cost to see my sin on the cross. And I'm like, God, I don't get it. What is that cost? How come I can't really know it? I mean, you died on the cross and you rose from the dead and you paid my sin. Show me. I want to know what it costs. And in just a split moment, I had this picture. There was the cross, and there was all my ugliness, all my yuck, everything, every part of me was on that cross. And all was left was beauty and freedom and purity. And I thought, oh my goodness, that's awesome. And then it's like, that's not just for salvation. It's like every single day of the year, all my yuck on the cross and purity and freedom every single day for the rest of my life, all through eternity. That's what he did for us. Isn't he wonderful? Thank you, God. You're amazing, and your love is beyond description for us. You care so much. You took care of that for us.